Hey everybody, happy Saturday, March 20th, 2021. This is Kelly in Black Thread Studio, and I'm so happy you are here today with me because I'm feeling really chatty. I've had a couple hard weeks. If you guys have been watching, you know that. And I kind of feel like maybe things are getting back to normal, which is good. Kind of normal. I'm going to talk to you about my ear in just a second. But I will tell you, I'm just feeling really chatty today. I don't know if it's because I'm feeling better, but I'm feeling chatty, and we know that I can't upload or do long videos yet, so it might be in 3 or 4 parts. Oh my God, my whole camera just fell down. That was weird, but I'm gonna leave it in because that was really weird. I was getting a little scared, like maybe there was a ghost in here. Do you guys believe in ghosts? That might be a whole nother show. Unless it's the stuff Jim and I have been watching at night. Anyway, and I don't mean like, I mean, never mind. Okay, so I forgot where I was, but I think I have a few new subscribers. And before I even talk about that, I'm going to talk about my ear because you can see I'm having trouble talking. I don't want to make it all about my ear, specifically my left ear, but let me just say this. I don't think you can really sympathize unless you've gone through something yourself. So I want to apologize right now to my mom, my sweet mom, Shirley, from Shirley's Cottage as we know her, because she's been, she's worn hearing aids off and on for years. And I say off and on because she won't wear them sometimes. So I want to apologize to my mom for the frustration and the impatience and non-understanding that maybe I know I have had, my siblings have had with her, because it is frustrating with somebody that can't hear and they keep saying what and they want you to repeat something. But let me tell you, to be on this end of it, it's horrible. So just to go back real quick, I won't say horrible. There's a lot of things that are worse. So I guess I'm lucky this is the only thing that's going on. But I think it started when Jim and I flew last year to Mexico, and I've been having trouble with my ears. I've been congested. I do naturally have bags under my eyes. My dad did, so I'm guessing it's hereditary. Oh, and I have sleep apnea. So if you guys are new with me and you see these marks, it's sleep apnea. There's nothing I can do about it. So I just have to go with it. Because my mask, I have to have it so tight and I smash my face into the pillow, so I just end up with these marks. Anyway, I found out a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember, I was having trouble. I would watch videos back and I wasn't saying words right, and I couldn't, I noticed I wasn't hearing. So they found out I had a retracted eardrum, which isn't hearing aids or just loss of hearing. It's a retracted eardrum. And so he punctured a hole in my eardrum a couple weeks ago, remember that? And then it felt so much better. And he told me if, I didn't mean to talk about all this, but whatever. If putting a hole in my eardrum felt better, it would heal over in a couple weeks. Once it healed over, if it was worse or went back to the way it was, then I would need a tube in my ear, which, all I know is my brother and my kids had tubes in their ears when they were little. So anyway, last Tuesday or Wednesday, I called. It must have been Tuesday. I was like, I can't do this. After I recorded Saturday for you guys and I told you it was feeling better, oh my God, I should have never said that or knocked on wood, because it was really getting bad Saturday night, and then Sunday, forget it. It was driving me crazy. So I called the doctor Monday morning. I went in, he put a tube in my ear in the office. I'm a tough girl, so I went back to work, and it has been horrible ever since. So this is what I have to tell you. It's kind of like a tunnel sound, a lot of moisture. I have new gifts that I didn't have before. If I blow, you can hear really pretty sounds coming out of my ear. It's like air and squeaks and all kinds of things. I was doing it for everybody at work yesterday. And they thought I was very talented. Anyway, I don't know why, but it feels better. Remember when I had my ear pod in and it fell out and I forgot that it was in that ear? It's because I can't tell you why, but it feels better if something's in that ear. I can hear myself better. So this is what I decided. I found these little things at Walgreens that you can put in your ear. It comes like a silicone ball. It's kind of like Play-Doh, and you just kind of squish it up, and then you could put it in your ear. And you're not supposed to push it in real hard, but can you see that? Anyway, it feels better, and I can hear myself better. So I thought I could either not wear anything, which now it sounds like I'm in a tunnel. This is how I greeted Jim this morning. And I did as a joke, because when I told him I had Kleenex in my ear at work, he said, I hope it's not just sticking out. So I greeted Jim like this morning to tell him good morning. And I thought, or I could sit here like this and talk to you guys, which also feels better. I can hear myself better. But I opted for this little silicone thing. So I'm going to try this. If it's bugging me, I might take it out. But right now I can hear better, so maybe I won't say words wrong. Well, I might, but if I do, then I can blame it on my ear. Anything I say or do, if I say anything offensive, I'm going to blame it on my ear. If anything happens that's weird, I'm blaming it on my ear. Okay, so I'm calling this Flosstube. I'm calling it Flosstube number 3 because I'm talking about cross stitch. I don't know if I need to go back and say this, but you know, when I started talking about it in November, you know, I cross stitched years and years and years ago. When I started talking about it in November, I will tell you that I saw it. I think I was probably Googling or looking for something about quilting. Because I was into quilting and I had put cross stitch away for, you know, 25 years. I don't want to repeat things I've already said in other videos because I don't want to bore you guys. But if you're new, you might want to know the story, because I love hearing everybody's story. That's what connects us and makes it fun, I think. You know, people that don't get it, they're like, why do you want to just sit and watch somebody else talking about stitching or whatever? Well, they don't get it. So let me go back and say in November, I didn't get it. Well, I didn't think I got it, but I did. So to back up, I started watching Vanna Pfeiffer because, you know, who's not going to watch Vanna? I mean, she has all those, she's perfection. The way she sews and the way she makes things. And I was like, oh, I like this. Then from that, I think I was searching more from Vanna, and I found her on Fiber Talk. And, you know, then as you find people on YouTube, then you also look for them on Instagram. And, you know, so the more you look for that kind of stuff, the more those things pop up, of course, in the algorithm. So I started with Vanna and Fiber Talk, and then that just led me to all these others. And at first I didn't get it, and I didn't get it because I wasn't stitching again yet. And then, but I really wanted to start stitching again. I had started a few things on some Aida that I had left over from years before. And okay, you guys, I think I have ADD. I've never been diagnosed, but I know I jump around. So if I do, either just pretend like you're following along, or just, you know, just go along for the ride, and I'll end up somewhere that makes sense. So anyway, I was going to talk about glasses and vision, because that was part of it, is that I couldn't see. I knew I wanted to work on linen. I had been working on linen by the time I quit cross stitching years ago. And I also talked about why I quit cross stitching. It was to start quilting and taking on some traditions that my gram had done for the family, although she also cross-stitched. But anyway, I kept thinking, oh, I can't see, which, duh, I work for eye doctors. I've been an optician for 35 years. But So I was like, well, I say it's kind of like the shoemaker whose kids didn't have any shoes, where I'm an optician who didn't have updated glasses. You know, we're always the last ones to have exams and get shoved in somewhere. But I do want to talk about this because I know everyone's been talking about magnifiers, and I see everybody talk about the glare on their glasses. And, you know, even if you have a non-glare on your glasses, you're going to get it because your lenses are absorbing all the blue light and all the lights from your iPads or your camera or your phone. So you're going to get it, you know, some way. But, and I thought about getting the magnifiers, and I do have a little light with a magnifier now, but the thing is then, of course, you know, looking up to watch TV. So this, I don't know, I mean, you guys probably do this, but I'm not talking about the big food chains. That's what I call the big eyeglass place box stores. I might be a little bit snooty about that, but that's a different, I know there's a need for it, especially for cost. But we see too many mistakes to know that some do a good job. See, now I'm trying to be politically correct. Anyway, I'm not talking about the big places, but if you have a good private optometric office that you go to, they will be able to help you. So this is what I did. I don't wear the flat top bifocal out in public, but I took this old frame that I had, which wasn't even hardly worn. It was just a frame I already had. And I had my doctor, the doctors that I work for. It does have my distance up here, but it has like a mega bifocal in the bottom. It is not for normal reading, and it's the wider bifocal. There's a couple different sizes. This is the 35 millimeter wide, so it gives you a little bit more width. But I asked my doctor to do that specifically for my stitching. I brought in some linen and my needle, and we just put in trial lenses until I was at a comfortable distance and you know, magnification for the size. If you go to your private doctor, this is what I'm saying, not only will they do that, since I moved around a lot, I've worked in a lot of different offices, and most of them will either do a discount for you or like a special package pricing, or if you use your own frame. You know, some offices won't do it, but a lot will. So I'm just saying, if you need that special magnification, you know, it's probably going to cost you, you know, $100 or so with the non-glare and the lenses if you use your own frame. But when you think about, you know, those magnifiers are probably cheaper, but you know, your comfort level and being able to sit and watch TV. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about that a little bit because it's important. You know, everybody struggles with that, you know, as well as good lighting. So, okay, I talked about that. That was my bandwagon on the glasses. So, because of Flosstube, a monster has been created within me. Now I say that, but what I really mean is it ignited a passion in me that I forgot that I had. And you know, I'll be honest and say, although I had a wonderful life in my previous life, being married and my kids, and you know, Doug and I are still friends and care about each other. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Remind me to talk about my big cross stitch I have. You know, it's hard. You lose a lot of yourself and you struggle, you know, to do what you think is right and to go on with your life. And you know, meeting Jim and being with Jim is a big part of that for me. And the other part is cross stitch. So I'm getting real serious. Sorry, and I don't mean to, but cross stitching, and you guys will get this. So it's fun and we talk about it, but it has restored my soul. And I mean that. So let's talk about cross stitching. So this for me to share with you is more my journey back into it. So I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking for suggestions from you guys if I'm doing something wrong, or if you guys think that there might be something I would like to try, you know, please let me know. I can tell you that I am totally hooked on samplers, and you know, I love primitive. So many of my older things are the little cutesy things, and it's just not my style anymore. You know, it's not my daughter's style anymore. I don't know, you know, my friends. Everything that I would quilt or make, most of it I did as gifts and gave away. And I turned 60 in November. If you guys are following along with me, you know I'm doing my my color is Black of the Month and making a quilt for myself for my 60th year. And now that I'm cross stitching again, I am selfishly thinking it's a lot of work. I don't want any pressure on myself. I'm telling you this, but wait till I tell you the rest. And I thought, I'm just gonna cross stitch for myself. I want samplers. As a matter of fact, all you guys showing your sampler walls. Okay, this is behind my couch. Over there's my red cabinet with my Hope on it that I love. That was one of my finishes. But this is, Jim doesn't like a lot of stuff, and I do, so that's why I get my own living room off of my my sewing space. And this, I told you I was chatty today. This print is an original by an artist named Jean Harney, and she's from Arizona. I lived in Arizona, and I worked at a consignment shop called the Lazy Lizard, which is in Cave Creek. So I don't know if anybody knows of that. I might talk about that. But look at those colors. So you can see how I was influenced by living in Arizona. The blue, the orange, you know, that red, the golden. Whoa. Oh, I'm still having trouble with that. Maybe because I'm messing around with it. Anyway, I will move that Jean Harney print. Do you want me to tell you how I got it? I was going to tell you, I was working at the Lazy Lizard. More of a really cool, not upscale, but we were really picky about the things that we brought in. And the owner, Kim, I still hold her dearly in my heart. She, I think it was for Labor Day, we were going to be open, and nobody wanted to work, of course. Nobody wanted to work. And she said, I think she said, I'll pay you time and a half. And at the time, I think that we probably had a couple $100 on this painting. And I mean, it's the original thing. And I said, I'll work, and I don't want time and a half. I want the Jean Harney painting. And that was the deal. So that's how I got it. Anyway, I will never get rid of that. But I think this wall behind me is going to be my sampler wall. It's going to take me a long time to fill that wall, but that's where I'm going to start. Should we just jump right in? The one that I absolutely fell in love with. So should I do it the way you guys do it? Am I doing works in progress? Is that what I'm doing? Haul, works in progress, and then finishes? Is that what you guys do? Okay. I'm thinking about it because I don't know. I'm on 18 minutes. You know what? This was the chit-chatty portion of my Flosstube 3, which didn't have a whole lot to do with stitching. It was just, I guess, chit-chatting and getting to know me a little bit better. And if you guys want me to get to know you, which I love, you know, leave me a comment on this one. We're going to call this Flosstube 3, Part 1, Chatty Kathy again. Chatty Kathy cross stitch. So I'm going to stop it, and then we're going to start up Part 2, and we're going to go through, works in progress. Okay, I'll be right back.